guys, it's Bridget. So I had a request to share my favorite skincare items. So I'm gonna do that, but I wanted to sort of share my skin story, if you will. Skin story time with Bridget. Because I didn't just want to share the products, I sort of wanted to share why I use them, and my skin's decent now, but wasn't always. So we're about to get real. There's gonna be some before pictures. Don't get scared. Here we go. So in high school, I had really good skin. I would, get a pimple here or there or something, but I didn't have crazy teenage acne. I had pretty good skin all through high school, and then really just in the last year, I started breaking out really bad around my chin and mouth, never before ever has happened in my life. So I tried a bunch of things, nothing really seemed to work, but I finally have a system that seems to be working. But on that note, I am super impatient, and I'm the type of person that when I start using a product, I need it to be working yesterday. I don't like to wait for something to work. And through this process, I've really learned you really have to give products time to work. And for this, it's honestly taken a good 6 weeks to get things manageable, balance, all that kind of stuff. So that would be the first thing I would say, is give things time to work. So I guess right now I'll insert before pictures. So they're really scary, and I hesitated sharing them, but I want to be super honest with you guys that my skin isn't always nice, and obviously for videos I put makeup on and stuff, but it's raw. We're getting real. So there they are. So definitely a lot, and I mean there was some on my forehead too, but it was mostly chin, mouth, and I know a lot of people say that's hormonal, so but it was all the time. So that wasn't necessarily the case for me. And I have the type of acne that it comes from not exfoliating enough, and so the skin that gets left behind was going back into my pores and creating more acne. And the tough thing with acne, especially if you suffer with it, you sort of know that more than it just being sort of uncomfortable and ugly, for me at least, the worst part was it really messed with my confidence. And with making videos and doing things like that, you have to be confident in what you're doing. And when I was breaking out all the time, it really, really messed with that, and it messes with, feeling pretty and feeling feminine, and that messes with your social life, and it just messes with all these different aspects of your life. So one thing I've learned through this process is that it's okay to splurge and treat yourself right. So, buying good products, finding out what works. And it's not being vain or anything. It's really just taking care of yourself, getting things under control so that you can be a confident, beautiful lady and just take on the world. So there's that too. I hope this video is making sense. I kind of feel like I'm just rambling, but hopefully you're sticking with me. So yeah, I guess let me just jump right into the routine that I'm using now that seems to be working for me. A couple of the products I'm using, I had heard several friends who had used Proactiv and they'd had really good results. It's definitely a mixed bag when it comes to Proactiv. It's pretty expensive, and it definitely takes at least 6 weeks to see full results. And I don't use the whole line. I'll get into that a little bit more, but I have Proactiv Plus. This is the cleanser that I use. It's the skin smoothing exfoliator, and this is their new Proactiv Plus cleanser thing. Adam Levine does the commercials. You've seen them. And you probably know, most acne products, it's either salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide are the two sort of acne fighting things. And this one is benzoyl peroxide. And all through high school and most of college, salicylic acid did it for me. It kept everything under control. But this last year, it just was not working. So I switched to benzoyl peroxide. This is 2.5%, which is a pretty high concentration. If you go to the drugstore, most of the benzoyl peroxide is 1%, 1.5%. So this is pretty high concentrated. It's got little exfoliating beads, which is really good because, like I said, the type of acne I have, it's when I don't exfoliate enough, the dead skin that's left behind goes back into my pores and causes more acne. So this does a really great job of sloughing all of that off and then cleansing the skin thoroughly. So definitely digging this. And then the other Proactiv product that I use is their treatment. So this is also 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. So it's definitely, high concentrated, but it's really working for me. The only downside with benzoyl peroxide is it really dries out your skin. So if you're using benzoyl peroxide, you have to have a really, really good moisturizer to counteract that, because a lot of people, you know, when you have acne, it's because you have oil, which can be true, but you can also have acne when you have dryness. So it's just sort of a balance. But after I cleanse, I use this treatment, and yeah, like I said, it definitely dries out your skin. And Proactiv has a, they call it their like skin purifying moisturizer or something that comes with the kit. But for me, I have really sensitive skin, and that just wasn't moisturizing enough, so my skin was super dry, really uncomfortable, and it just wasn't working. So what I do, instead of using their moisturizer, I actually just use the Cetaphil moisturizer. And you're probably familiar with this. You can get it at any drugstore. It's really cheap. And I use the for dry sensitive skin one. And it does the trick. It's moisturizing enough to counteract all the benzoyl peroxide I'm using to get rid of the acne. It's really hydrating, and at night I like slather it on, like I kill it with the moisturizer. And then in the daytime, what I do, because now that my acne is healing, I have a lot of redness, and you can see it even more because I'm very fair skinned, so I have a lot of redness, hyperpigmentation kind of things, and that's just gonna take time to go away. But to help it, you definitely wanna have sunscreen, because being out in the sun can sort of like sear those scars into your skin for forever, so having sunscreen is huge. So in the daytime, I'll add a little bit of sunscreen to the moisturizer so that I'm protecting my skin from those harmful rays. And this is just the Neutrogena stuff from the drugstore. So this works really well for me, and I haven't had any problems with that. And then at nighttime, before I put the moisturizer on, I've actually been using this Kiehl's Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Solution. So Kiehl's is a really, really great company. Their stuff is definitely on the higher end. But one thing I want to say too is that, you know, you can buy like a $5 t-shirt and it's okay, like you can wear it and throw it away. When you're buying $5 skincare products, from what I've found, you're definitely getting what you pay for. And if you're struggling with your skin, treat yourself right, get good products, because you only have one skin and you can't really throw it away and get a new one at Forever 21. So treat your skin right. So Kiehl's, again, it's pretty expensive. So what I did was I went in, I explained that I had a lot of scarring and hyperpigmentation, and if they had any serums that would help make that go away faster. And they recommended this, and it's like $35 for this vial. So before I bought it, I asked for a sample so that I could try it and see if it was worth the money. I think it is. So it's a pretty, it's very liquidy. It's sort of like, it's almost like water, so you don't need very much of it. This has lasted me 6 months maybe, so, and I'm halfway through, so got another 6 months on this stuff, and I only use it at night on the areas that are scarred, and it's really great, and I really recommend it if you have pale skin with red scarring. Really great. And then every once in a while I also use the Biore pore strips. I feel like everyone has used these at some point in their life. They're just the ones that you wet, rip them off, you know, it clears out all the gunk. And I use them mostly on my nose, but they're pretty good. And then for an eye cream, I did a blog post about this. You can get pretty expensive eye creams, but what I like to do is just go into TJ Maxx, and they have a lot of really good products like Elizabeth Arden, and you can get them for like half price, and this is a really good morning eye treatment because, again, the benzoyl peroxide really dries out your skin, and the Cetaphil, while it is for sensitive skin, it's not specifically made for the really delicate skin around your eye, so I use this, and I really like it. And then lastly, probably like every other night, I'll do some type of mask. And I don't have it with me. I went to the store to get more of them, but they were out. The new Biore Sulfur, like 1 minute heat mask. I like Instagrammed it a few weeks ago. That stuff is so good. Like the water activates the heat, and it heats up, and you leave it on your skin for a minute, and then you wash it off. And when you take it off, you're like, it's like your pores are singing. It's like, ah! It's like, boom, and it's really good. I don't have any more because I've used it all. They were out at CVS, lame, but anyways, that stuff's really good. But I also really like this Queen Helene Mint Julep mask, and you can get this at like most drugstores or Ulta, and excuse me, This is like their bigger size, and this was $6. So it's cheap, but it's really good, especially if you have acne prone skin. Obviously, this whole video is if you have acne prone skin. So that's it, guys. Those are the products I currently use on my skin. This routine has definitely cleared up my skin, but like I said, it took probably a good 6 or 7 weeks to see full results. So if you're struggling with acne right now, I'm sorry, it totally sucks, and I'm with you, girl. And leave any comments or tricks you have maybe for fighting the acne. Leave any questions or requests for future videos. I'd love to hear from you guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.